I'm Danny.
And this is the first episode of Parker's Minis with B and D.
Filmed. It's us. We're B&D Films. B and D. Brandon and Danny.
So there's a lot of cool DIY projects that we've seen you guys build. But there's one thing that makes them suck.
It's the paint job. The paint job sucks. That's what it is, paint. So today, we're going to be teaching you the basics of spray painting. Brandon, this is the first episode of Parker's Minis, right?
Yeah.
Why are we in a graveyard? We're not dead yet.
More importantly, what's that over there?
Who are you?
You know the shape wall thing isn't there just for decoration.
What are you talking about? Who are you?
You also forgot your painter's mask. Use a cam gun.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna cut through all the cute little stories, and we're gonna learn how to paint right now.
We're gonna learn how to paint?
Yeah.
We're gonna learn how to paint?
Yeah.
We're gonna learn how to paint!
That leads us to our first lesson. Don't go on too heavy. Danny, piece of wood, please.
Sí, señor. Aquí está.
Gracias. Alright, so with painting, this is a very common mistake.
Brandon, piece of wood, please.
Wait, what?
Piece of wood, please. Alright, so in painting, this is a very common mistake. You see, well actually I don't know if you can see, but the paint is on really, really heavy and it's dripping. So what you want to do about this is wait until the paint dries, and then you want to go over it with some sandpaper, some fine grit sandpaper, and then you pretty much just essentially want to start all over again. But don't worry about it. It's happened to us. It happens to everybody. It's not that big of a mistake. Cover it up. No one will ever know. I know a lot of you guys out there watches Parker's tutorials, and what Parker uses a lot in his show is PVC. But along the lines of PVC is plastics, metals, and you guys know what all those have in common? They're all smooth. And smooth surfaces, when you try to paint on them, the paint just runs and drips off. And so what you're going to want to do is prevent that. Here you go, sir.
By using some sandpaper. Use a very fine grade sandpaper and just roughen up the surface of what you're going to paint. This creates little grooves, so when you paint it, the paint doesn't run off. It gets caught in the grooves and it makes a nice even coat of paint. Called a can gun. You can pick them up for relatively cheap, $1 to $3 depending on where you get them. This is how you use them. You take your paint can, there's a little lip on this, and you put it on the little lip from the paint can, and hold on, and it snaps on like this, and you can hold by the paint can, and what this does for you is it gives you consistent spray. Would you like to say anything else about them?
A lot of times when you're painting your finger, what will happen is your finger will kind of have like a chunky finger. So your finger will go over, and when it's spraying out of the nozzle, it will go and hit your finger, and that will cause it to splatter, especially on really detailed things. I've ruined my models doing that. So, yeah.
It also gets your hands really dirty, and nobody wants that. This gives you a consistent spray, keeps your fingers out of the way, that rhymed. And all in all, they're actually very helpful. And they're really cheap, so I would suggest picking one up. What I'm doing right now, setting down papers so I don't mess up my dad's garage. You can use anything, you can use a piece of plywood, you can use cardboard. Basically, you just want to cover the surface you're painting on so it doesn't get messed up. Alright, so here we're painting that piece of wood that I was messing with earlier. And we're pretty much, this is going to be like a summary of everything we did today. You'll notice we are going a little bit heavy on the paint, which is because it's wood and it's really, really absorbent. and that's what the final product came out with. It's kind of like a camo, and always remember to paint in a well-ventilated area. And here what we're doing is laying down painter's tape, not duct tape, Parker. Yeah, painter's tape. And you kind of like make a pattern with it, and then you paint over it, and then when you pull the tape off, what's under it comes out. So we're laying down the words B&D Films, and then we're gonna paint over it, and we'll see what it looks like. And here we're painting over it with some really shiny silver. Alright, here you can see we're taking off the tape, and you can kind of see that what was under it before the camo design kind of comes out, and there were some spots that we missed or weren't dark enough, so we just painted those over. And here's the final design.